Cora, what a special program. Where did that come from?
The program?
Yeah, I'm saying, how did you come upon that?
Well, you know, again, you said that I was a political science professor, and I was for 20 years, and I taught the Constitution, U.S. government, and black politics. And one of the things I found out by dealing with young people coming in to the University of the District of Columbia from the public schools of the District of Columbia, that they didn't know the history. So being at the Southeast Tennis and Learning Center, we wanted to come up with a good way to teach the kids their history, that they would enjoy it and retain it and make it something that they could use for their own development, growth, and pride in themselves. So we did little acts. First, we tried the normal way, teaching them, showing them film, and, you know, eyes glaze over, the whole thing. So we did a little play one year in the library, and it was so successful, and they had so much fun, and they learned so much that we took it out of the library the next year and did it in the hallway. And then that was even more successful. And then we took it to what we call the Bowden Room, which is a big room. You know, you're familiar with it. And that was so successful that we took it out to the tennis courts, and that was so successful we ended up where we are today, the Kennedy Center. But the whole point was for them to learn their history. But what it ended up doing is not only for them to learn their history, but through this mechanism of education, they have also developed such high self-esteem and self-confidence, because most of them, if not all of them, start off intimidated by even thinking about doing the research and memorizing and doing what you just saw Little Justice do. And by the time they leave that, and they go through all of these things, and people come see them, and they're dressed up, and they have their hair and their makeup, and they go to the Kennedy Center, we have been forced to have what we call a rap party for them, because we have to bring them back down. We have to make them understand you really are not Frederick Douglass. We want you to be all that Frederick Douglass is, but you really are not him yet. So so to me, the greatest benefit is obviously the education, that not just the kids, but adults. They always walk away saying, I didn't know this, I didn't know that, but it really makes them understand who they are and what they can do.
You know what I'd like you to do is to think back for a second and give an example of what was the greatest transformation that you've seen for a kid coming into your facility. Perhaps even it could be for the kid and for the kid's family, if that applies. Someone who came in, you know, just sort of a lost cause and came out a pearl.
Well, there's a lot of those stories, but what stands out in my mind, because it's such an active example, we had a young boy who was just, I mean, all you had to do is get the application for the nearest prison, you know, just fill out the form, and he was going to end up be there.
Give him a number.
Yeah, he was on his way there, and by all the metrics that are involved in that, and so to get him to participate in Blacks and Wax was really a lot.
How old was he?
He was about 11.
Okay.
And I mean, I gave him different characters, and he wouldn't do them. And I mean, when I say not do them, I'm talking about stuff like throw down the paper, and I'm not doing this, you know, blinkety blank. So one day he came in and he said, I'll do it, but I want to be Muhammad Ali. And everybody's like, oh, no. I said, no. Let him be whatever he wants to be and be whoever I said, but if you are Muhammad Ali, you have to do the research and you have to write the script. Bottom line is, he was awesome. And from that point on, he just really started making the transition. And then 1 year, 2 years later, he came, and I'm not trying to be funny, but he came and said, he came late. Usually kids come in September. He didn't get there to October. I said, well, where have you been? I'm trying to keep from calling his name. And he said, well, I've been busy because I am the class representative. I said, what? You? And he said, yeah, why? I said, you? You know, he was getting kicked out of school. I said, how did that happen? You know, and he said, well, when it was time to run for office, everybody who ran, who had to get up and speak, couldn't do it. They were so shy. And I was so, you know, programmed, and I know so much about speaking, I got up and made my Blacks and Wax speech, and like I learned in Blacks in Action, they elected me, and I'm the class representative. And from there, all the other good things start happening to him. And so that actual, not the center, but that actual project turned him around.
You know, it is certainly something to be said for that kind of facility, that kind of institution, making a difference in children's lives, one child at a time. And when you make a difference in a child's life, you have the potential to make a difference in a family's life, and on and on. You make a difference in a family's life, that impacts the community. You make it in the community, and on, your city and the world.